Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle and this is a word of caution regarding watching pick a card love readings. So while there is nothing inherently wrong with wanting to know where you stand with the love interest on your mind, the reason why you're wanting to know where you stand with them matters greatly, as it can greatly impact your mental and emotional well-being. So a very good question to ask yourself when it comes to why you're watching pick a card love readings is, am I simply curious or am I actually clinging? Holding on to hope isn't always a good thing, especially if it's keeping you stuck in limerence or in codependence. The last thing I want to do is to enable limerence and codependence with the content that I create. I want to help you create a life in which you're truly thriving, not keep you stuck in survival mode. And I know how it all works because I've been there. So this is where grace, knowledge, understanding, and compassion come in. It's okay if the only way you're able to self-soothe in this moment is by way of participating in coping mechanisms, distractions, and the like. As long as you're also doing yourself a favor by learning how to heal the wounding that has been fueling any limerence and or codependent patterns that you might have. My promise to you is that as you heal the wounding, your dependency on your SP, which means specific person, aka the person on your mind, or your ex, will begin to dissolve naturally, to the point where you're not even curious about what they're thinking and how they're feeling about you anymore. I know this to be true from personal experience. When you're ready to start healing the wounding, I have some amazing resources to get you going. My personal recommendation is to start with 2 videos, how to stop manifesting separation, and then the other one is called Releasing the Wants. Both videos will be linked in the description box below. My heart is always with you guys, and with that I bid you more happy viewing. Love, Michelle. Hello, Pile 1. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, what's up? My name is Michelle. We are doing another pick a card love reading. We are tapping in and channeling through your person's real, true, honest thoughts and feelings when it comes to you and your guys' connection. Just keep in mind, you guys, it's a general reading. It's collective. So, you know, whatever resonates, you can do whatever you want with that. Claim it if it's something that you like, right? If something isn't quite landing, just, you know, drop that, leave it behind for whomever that bit of information or message might be resonating with, okay? And I do have personal readings available if you want me to tap exclusively into you and your person's connection. Just check the description box below. All the booking details are there. I have a lot of readings available in the specific person category. Many of them are just $25. There's even a $25 reading about your person's thoughts and feelings, okay, that you can get as a personal reading. All right, so pile 1, you guys were drawn to the purple amethyst. Let's see what their overall energy is towards you and your guys' connection. What do we got going on here? We got the fork in the road, but it's showing up in the reverse. We also have, what do we got here? The High Priestess in the reverse. The 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. We have the Sun and we have the Tower in the reverse. Oh my gosh, your person is so resistant to change. I feel like there's a shift that's wanting to happen in this connection and maybe even needing to happen in this connection. But your person, very resistant to that change with the Tower in the reverse, okay? And I just felt their energy almost push mine out, like they're wanting to close down the channel. Your person may not like to talk about things a whole lot. They may not like to open up quite a bit. We do have the High Priestess in the reverse here. What else do we got? We got the number 13 or the number 4 could be significant to your guys' connection. Let me see what the fork in the road in the reverse has to say real quick. We got, all right. It says indecision is extremely frustrating and will lead to anxiety, loss, and confusion. At this juncture, you can't remain in place without losing your way altogether. Avoid the tendency to let others choose for you, which amounts to a subtle refusal to take responsibility. Don't give your power away, not even to this oracle. By not making a choice, you are making a choice for which you must be held accountable. If that choice leads to undesirable circumstances, take heart. Spirit never tires of giving you second chances. You can always start again once you've learned this valuable lesson. I just got an impression that you guys, pile one, you have been given this person. You may have been holding quite a bit of space for this person and this connection. And you may have been given this person a lot of chances, right? But still, your person is highly, highly resistant to change. So much so that I'm probably going to have to end up tapping into your person's higher self, because I keep feeling them wanting to close the channel. Your person is not comfortable either talking about their own feelings or talking about this connection or just opening up overall. I feel like it's an opening up overall kind of a thing, but like their overall energy towards you and towards this connection, your person, they are stuck in some kind of indecision, okay? With this fork in the road here, your person knows that they're at that fork in the road. They know that they need to make a choice. I just heard your person knows, and I don't like this saying, but it's what's coming through, okay? Your person knows that they need to shit or get off the pot, okay? They know that they either need to choose this connection and go all in, or they need to let you go. They don't feel comfortable with either option though, okay? And so they're kind of, yeah, see, they keep wanting to shut the channel down. So with the fork in the road in the reversed, you know, your person's default energy towards this connection is one of avoidance and even paralysis. Your person is very conflicted about this connection, deeply conflicted. And rather than making a clear choice, your person stays in limbo, which, you know, is actually a choice. And this indecision that your person is in, pile one, it's creating confusion and instability, not only for them, but for the bond itself that they have with you. And your person knows that they can't just keep floating. They know that. But fear and avoidance is keeping your person, it's keeping them circling instead of moving forward, whether forward in this connection with you or forward without you, right? And with the High Priestess reverse, they are ignoring their intuition. They know, okay, again, they know they need to make a move either way. But I'm hearing that they're stalling. So yeah, there's fears here. Okay, it's like they're being led by their fear, and what their fear is doing is it's keeping your person locked in indecision, locked in stagnancy. But with the High Priestess in the reverse, they're not listening to their inner knowing. They're not listening to their higher self, because if they were, right? If they were listening to their higher self, they would be tapping into the energy of the sun that's here. Okay, we'll get to the sun here in a minute. We're going to talk about all of the resisting energy that's coming up here first. But if they were listening to their higher self, pile one, your person, they would already know. They already know what they feel about you. They already know what's up with this connection in a good way, okay, with the sun here. But your person, they keep second guessing, you know, or suppressing or disconnecting from their intuition. It's like their fear is a lot louder than their faith, so to speak. Their fear is much louder than the voice of their higher self. So, you know, you might be experiencing this, you know, this High Priestess in reverse energy as, you know, keeping secrets, seeing evidence of self-sabotage or self-deception in your person's energy, or just, you know, your person shutting out spiritual guidance altogether. You know, there is an energy here of your person almost willfully turning down the volume on their inner voice because the truth would force your person to make a choice they're just not ready to make. And with the Ten of Pentacles reversed here, that is fear of commitment. That's that's the fear that your person, that is so loud, it's the voice of fear, and it's the fear of commitment that's so loud, it's like paralyzing your person. Your person does have a fear of long-term stability, maybe even a family and commitment. Your person with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, they could fear that they can't give you the lasting security, or, you know, that forever energy that the Ten of Pentacles upright actually represents, you know. And for some, it could also reflect fears that your person might have around finances. You know, maybe there's something here having to do with like family approval, possibly even breaking generational patterns. There's something in your person's psyche, I'm hearing, okay? Maybe they keep reflecting back on how things like, you know, I'm hearing they don't have any healthy references of long-term commitment to reflect back on. All they have, you know, whether it's their own experiences or experiences that they grew up witnessing, they don't have any healthy examples of like successful long-term commitments or marriage. And so that's fostered some kind of a belief in your person that, you know, marriages just don't work, or long-term commitments don't work. They always end up in divorce, or always end up in, you know, separation. You know, long-term commitments or marriage always end up in devastation in some way, or losing everything and stuff like that. And so again, that's just the voice of fear, right? And that's the loudest voice that your person is hearing right now. And so it doesn't matter to your, I'm not going to say it doesn't matter to your person. The sun energy here, again, I'll get to that in a second. You know, this is real between the two of you, and your person can sense that, right? There's joy and vitality. There's even faith in that sun energy coming through that's trying to break through all of this darkness, trying to break through that voice of fear, that story of fear that your person just seems to be lost and hypnotized by, that they're not quite able to get a handle on. You know, essentially, pile one, your person worries that committing could possibly destabilize the life that they've built, or it could expose the fact that their current life lacks true stability. This feels like a very toxic comfort zone. And, you know, there's energy here that feels like it's trying to push your person, you know, out of, or break them out of that toxic zone. This sun is like the Ace of Swords on steroids, right? That's what it feels like. It's a very powerful Ace of Swords energy trying to break through the noise that is keeping your person stuck in indecision and, you know, holding this connection that they have with you in stagnancy. Let's talk about the Tower in reverse. This is transformation. That's wanting to happen in this connection, but your person is still actively resisting it. So this is where, you know, this is avoidance of upheaval. And so in order for your person, what's coming through, in order for them to choose you and to choose the connection with you, there might be some long-standing patterns that your person would have to maybe overcome. There could also be some long-standing connections that they might have to call into question. Again, this sun is highlighting shadows, right? That's what happens. And your person is really resistant to that. Your person feels the connection with you, and they know that it has the potential to radically alter their life. But rather than surrender to that necessary transformation, your person is holding really tight onto some old structures and delaying, you know, the inevitable breakdown of those structures. Your person is scared of what they would have to release in order to fully embrace you in this bond that they have with you, okay? Which, you know, the bond that they have with you, now we're going to talk about the sun. You know, despite all this resistance and this noise and this static here, it's like your person, this is the heart of their energy towards you. You bring them happiness and warmth and vitality and clarity that your person isn't able to deny in this energy, okay? This is why they're being held at you know, this is why they're staying stuck, because on one end of the coin, it's like they know that this is conscious. Your person knows this consciously, right? That this connection and this bond brings them, it's like a warm fuzzy blanket to them, right? And it's like they keep oscillating back and forth between, okay, I want to choose this path with pile 1, and then something will flip them back over to, but if I go this route with pile 1, I'm going to have to let go of all this stuff over here, right? You know, but even when they're feeling confused, pile 1, you are their happy place. You know, deep down, your person sees you as somebody who lights up their world. And that's why this indecision feels so heavy to your person. Again, there is this energy that your person is in. They know they need to make a decision. They either need to choose you or they need to let you go. And it's not that they don't care, pile 1. That's not it at all. It's just that they care so much that the weight of having to make that choice terrifies them. There's also a message coming through here. It's like, well, what if I choose pile 1 and it doesn't work out with that 10 of Pentacles in the reverse? What if I choose pile 1 and in choosing pile 1, I let go of these connections, I let go of these habits, I let go of blah, 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 and it doesn't work out, right? It's like I did all of that for nothing. And that really is the core of your person's fear. You know, and so there's a battle going on between your person's, like, you know, ego, like, you know, their mind, and there's a battle going on between their mind and their heart right now. But, you know, their default energy towards you and towards this connection is one of inaction, you know, and that inaction, the reason why they're not taking action is because there is a fear of loss and a fear of change and even a fear of responsibility. You know, your person's asking themselves, like, what if I give pile 1 and this connection my all and it doesn't work out? So there's even a fear of abandonment, a fear of rejection that your person has coming through, okay? So, you know, your person sees you and this connection with you as something that could completely change their life for the better, but they keep defaulting to indecision because of that fear of loss and that fear of upheaval and responsibility. All right, so, whew, man, pile 1. Let's find out more. Their real, true, honest thoughts and feelings towards you in this connection at this time. All right, pile 1's person. Okay, I'm hearing a very specific message. I don't know exactly who this is for, but if any of you guys like to go out dancing or anything like that, or just, you know, you like to go out and hang out and listen to music and stuff like that, your person actually wants to take you out dancing, okay? I don't know who that's for. Or they want to take you out and watch you dance or something like that. One more. All right, what is pile 1's person's, their honest, true thoughts and feelings towards pile 1 at this time? Enjoying the silence. Huh, okay. What is their honest, true thoughts and feelings towards pile 1 at this time? And that's funny that they say, I shouldn't say funny, but it is interesting because your person keeps, well, it hasn't happened. You know, it was happening in the beginning, but I kept, like, they were trying to shut down, you know, the channel. But I had to subvert it to their higher self. Pile 1's person, their honest, true thoughts and feelings towards pile 1 and their connection about pile 1, please. Their honest, true thoughts and feelings towards pile 1. Their real, true, honest thoughts and feelings towards pile 1. I'm hearing them say they'd rather not talk about it. They don't. That feels more like that, oh, it feels more like that, yeah, that High Priestess in reverse energy coming through. Now we have, let's see, we have please don't give up on me, or don't give up on us, but that came out with I'm not over my ex / the third party, okay? that feels more like your person not being over what the ex or the third party, like their experience that they had with that person. Okay, I will delve a little bit deeper into it to see if they're still in love, or they still have feelings for the ex, or if they're still hung up on the ex, or if they're just hung up on what happened between them, like the ending of that connection, and what resulted from that ending. Their real, true, honest thoughts and feelings towards pile 1 and their connection with pile 1, please. Says, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. Yeah, they're questioning quite a bit here. Their real, true, honest thoughts and feelings towards pile 1 at this time, please. Oh, that's why they keep trying to shut down the channel. See, your person, there's some things that your person hasn't figured out, and there's some confusion in your person's energy, okay? And that's what fear will do. That's what wounding will do, especially if the nervous system is primed. Like if your person has this overall view of just relationships in general, where they just think like it all leads to, heartbreak and separation and breakups and divorce and stuff, then that fear is going to have your person questioning, like, maybe this really isn't love, like maybe it is love, right? But maybe I'm not in love. So just stuff like that. We'll dive deeper and see what's going on here. That's not always true, right? But that is in your person's energy. They are looking at that, questioning, yeah, I know that I love pile 1, but is it that kind of love, right? What else do we got here? I can still feel the pain. That pain is connected to, what they experienced with an ex or a third party. I'm hearing it's recent. Recent is relative though, you know what I mean? What's recent for me, or what I would consider recent, maybe not be what your person considers recent, but I guess I should say it's still fresh. For some reason, the pain that your person experienced with, that ex or the third party, it's still fresh, right, in your person's mind and in their heart. And so let's get one more. Their real, true, honest thoughts and feelings towards pile 1. I am going to say pile 1. I don't know what to do or what to say. I am going to say it's fresh enough, depending, like, regardless of how long ago it was that your person separated from the ex or the third party, it's still very much active. That pain is still active in your person's field, and it is very much influencing this connection being stuck, okay? Stuck where it's at. At the bottom of the deck, we've got pure manipulation. I feel like this is what they felt was being done to them. Like your person feels like they were manipulated by this ex or the third party, some way, shape, or form. And then that's a fear now that they carry. Like, if they were to surrender to you into this connection and choose you and choose this connection, would you do the same thing to them? That's why, like, this energy here with I love you, but I'm not in love with you, that doesn't feel true. What that feels like, there's a couple of things, like, yes, your person is questioning that, right? But it also feels like it's like a defense mechanism, them telling themselves, like, maybe I'm not in love with pile 1, and there's almost kind of like not wanting to fall in love again, okay? And so that's kind of like their way maybe of like holding you in this connection at arm's length away from them. But the fact that they are kind of feeling stuck at this fork in the road, listen, pile 1, if your person didn't have these really deep feelings for you, they wouldn't have they wouldn't have this inner struggle going on, Your person is really struggling to let you go. They know they need to make a decision, but they're having a difficult time. That's why, that's why I don't really feel like, I don't know, we'll see. It doesn't feel true to your person's authentic feelings, this I'm not in love with you. I almost want to say that they are, but they're resisting it, okay? Tell me more about enjoying the silence. Yeah, they're using the silence as, okay, so what I'm hearing, this might be a little bit more on the specific side, so if this doesn't resonate, just hold on. There's some more general messages coming through, okay? For those of you where your person isn't like communicating with you on a regular basis, right? Especially for those of you where you might go days or weeks, maybe even months, that's excessive. It feels more like days and weeks where you and your person aren't talking. You know, it's like they're using the silence and they're using that time apart as a defense mechanism, okay? Something about your person is really defensive of their space, but a lot of that, again, is stemming towards fear. What's coming through is your person at some point in time trusted someone else and let them in their space, and that's feeling, you know, both like real, like literal, and metaphorical, like it's both, right? Like your person not only opened up their home to somebody, but they also opened up their heart to somebody, and now they regret it, right? And so now they're very defensive of their heart, and they're defensive of their heart and their home space. And so, you know, your person is holding you in this connection very much at arm's length, because they're afraid of the past repeating itself, okay? Let's see. Please don't, we have again, please don't give up on me. Don't give up on us. What's going on with that? Tell me more about that. Pile one's person. What does pile one need to know about this message here from their person? Please don't give up on me and give up on us. The Page of Wands. Tell me more about the Page of Wands here. They're trying to get it together. We got the Page of Wands clarified by the Four of Swords in the reverse. Your person, it's like they don't mean to hurt you. And they're not meaning, it's not their intention to hold up this connection or hold you up, right? It's not their intention to just have you on a shelf collecting dust. That's not it at all. You know, there is some aspiration here that your person has for this connection, but again, it's just, their fear is speaking a lot louder than their faith. And they do have faith when it comes to you in this connection, but again, the fear is louder than that faith. And with this message, there is almost kind of this longing coming through, like they want to give love a second chance, and they want that second chance to be with you, but they are so afraid that they're going to be wrong again. They are so afraid that they're being manipulated. It's that voice of fear again, because this energy with the sun, I mean, there is a very deep part of your person that knows that with you, it's authentic. But their nervous system is not, it doesn't matter, you know, how consistent you are. It doesn't matter how many times you tell this person that you love them and that you're, you know, whatever the case may be. And you know what? With I love you, but I'm not in love with you, and I will verify this. This is also them, like if you told your person that you love them and that not only that you love them, but you're in love with them, they're afraid that you're using that as manipulation. And what they're afraid of is maybe at some point you telling them that, you know, you're not in love with them at some point, right? Let me look at, I'm not over my ex/a third party. Tell me more about that pile one's person. Okay. your person, they're not hung up on the person anymore. They're not hung up on the ex. They're not hung up on the third party. This is them. They're over the ex and the third party, right? But they're not over what was done to them. They're not over the devastation that they experienced when they broke up, or, you know, that connection, that relationship ended. All right, tell me more about I love you, but I'm not in love with you. Oh. We got the Knight of Swords and the King of Wands coming out together. Yeah, this doesn't feel like that's what's true for your person. This feels like them questioning that. And the fact of the matter is, pile one, the message that's coming through with that, if your person were to admit that to themselves, that they are in love with you, that would put your person in an energy of wanting to finally take action towards you and towards this connection. I'm hearing it would put them in an energy to finally want to lock it down. But again, the fear of doing that, the fear of committing to this connection and being wrong again, is what's holding your person back. And so that's why your person is in this energy of questioning that. There's almost an energy that they have where it's like they don't want to admit to themselves that they're actually in love with you, because that would be like the pivotal point. That would be the information that they need that would tip them over the edge, and in terms of like that would give them enough faith that they needed, enough motivation with that King of Wands here, enough inspiration to finally set their fears and their doubts aside and make moves towards you. And so that's what like their nervous system is doing. Their nervous system is having them question, are you sure that's what this is? Are you sure you're in love with pile one? Because deep down, your person knows once they admit that to themselves, once they surrender to the fact that they are in love with you, they would make a move. It's not that they would have to make a move, they would actually want to. And so that's why, you know, that's why they're experiencing doubting whether or not they're in love with you or not, okay? Tell me more about I can still feel the pain. Your person may have been cheated on. Oh, maybe not. Let me look at the Seven of Swords in reverse here. It may not be necessarily that there was cheating or anything like that. Tell me more about the Seven of Swords in the reverse. Oh, okay. They lost everything. And it may have taken them a while to rebuild their life after experiencing that loss. You know, this feels tangible, like they lost tangible things, like they had to move out of the place that they shared with that person. I mean, like they moved, like I'm seeing images of somebody having to like move out and find a new place to live, and even having to like, you know, I'm seeing somebody like in a completely empty space, right? Not like leaving that, or having to leave that connection, just all they had was a shirt on their back. I mean, that's extreme. And again, it's very specific. If that doesn't resonate, you know, there's something here though. Your person feels like when they lost that relationship, they lost everything. Okay. And so was there cheating involved here? Yeah, there was. So it could have been your person that cheated, pile one. And that could be part of what your person's fear is like old devils surfacing, right? Your person could have had, and maybe it's not even cheating. It could be, you know, addiction issues. It could be just rampant, very bad self-sabotage. Somehow your person sabotaged the connection that they had. Your person, it feels like, it's like they're taking personal responsibility and accountability for the role that they played of that connection that they had with that past person and deteriorating, okay? Your person is coming through in this energy, pile one, saying, I was in the wrong. They were the reason that connection broke down. And you know, the fact that we have the devil energy in the upright position coming through, clarifying the Seven of Swords in the reverse here. This is your person saying they don't know yet that, you know, the inner demons that they may have struggled with when they were in this connection with the third party, they don't know that those demons, they could still be there with the devil in the upright position. Okay, they can still feel the pain of what resulted from your person being active in either addiction, whether it's addiction to substances or alcohol, or just addiction to third parties, addiction to cheating, addiction to sex, whatever the case may be, right? And your person is wanting to do right just overall in life, but definitely want, you know, they don't want to put you through the pain that maybe, it's like they don't want to put you and them through the pain of what they had to go through with the past person. Is there healing going on here? Yeah. Is it? Yes, they are. Okay. They are trying to heal, and with the Three of Pentacles clarifying that or answering that question whether or not they are trying to heal, they could be, you know, trying to collaborate. Like, they're not necessarily trying to heal alone. So your person knows that that devil energy is very active in their life, however they might, you know, whether it's addiction or they know that they, you know, have a hard time not seeking validation or attention from third parties. They know they got a problem with that. And it looks like for many of you, your person is seeking outside help with some of those inner demons, so to speak. Okay, tell me more about I don't know what to do or what to say, and then we will wrap up your guys' reading. Pile 1, while I'm getting this message out, the last of these messages, right? If this reading has benefited you, if you got from this reading what you came here for, take a moment, if you would, smash the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below, let me know that you picked this pile, let me know how it resonated. You can become part of the family if you want to by subscribing, and don't forget about the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. Tell me more about I don't know what to do or what to say, if there's anything else to add to that. Pile 1's person. The King of Wands. Oh, let me double check though. King of Wands. Tell me more about the King of Wands in the upright position here. See, you guys, the King of Wands is not the energy of somebody that doesn't know what to do and they don't know what to say. When the King of Wands is in the upright position, I mean, that's the epitome of a masculine energy that knows exactly what they want. And so because they know exactly what they want, they know exactly what to do and what to say in order to take action in that direction, right? The energy that's coming through, it's almost like they know what to do and they know what to say. But if they were actually to take action in that direction, that's them choosing, right? And so, again, what is up with this King of Wands energy here? Clarifying I don't know what to do or what to say. They know what the next step is. They don't feel aligned to it yet, though, because that next step would initialize change. Whether that next step is to choose you and to go all in, right? Or to let go. And to cut you loose, right? Bottom of the deck energy, you guys, when it comes to that, is the Four of Wands here. That's commitment, that's stability, That's moving in together, that's marriage, that's family, that's all of that stuff. And this feels like, especially with that sun energy that came out earlier, I mean, that's the direction that they want to lean towards. Again, though, until your person, and I do love the fact that we did have, you know, the Three of Pentacles coming out as, you know, answering whether or not they're getting help, because it signifies that they are, okay? The more that they're getting help for those inner demons and that inner noise when it comes to commitment, the more space they're going to be able to create within themselves. You know, the more space, the more that they clear that out, the more they're going to be able to hear the voice of faith, the voice of their inner guidance system that does seem to be pointing them in your direction, right? They're aligned. They want to align to the sun energy that represents you, the space that, you know, the connection that they have with you is in. Okay? Your person knows exactly what to do and what to say, but right now it's like they're being held captive because of that inner noise, the fears and doubts and stuff like that. All right, pile one, that was your reading. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today, and I will see you guys at your next pick a card love reading by pile one. What's up, pile two? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. What's going on? We are doing a pick a card love reading, and we are tapping in and channeling your person's real, true, honest thoughts and feelings towards you and their connection with you. Okay, so just keep in mind, you guys, it's a collective general reading. Anything that resonates, do whatever you want with it, claim it if it's something you want to claim, right? If something isn't quite landing or it doesn't resonate, just drop that bit of information or that message and leave it behind for whomever it might be resonating with. All right, pile two. So I do have personal readings available for those of you who would want me to tap exclusively into you and your person's connection. Just check the description box below. That's where all the booking details are at. I have a lot of readings available in the specific person category. Many of them are just $25. I do have a $25 thoughts and feelings reading that you can book as well. I'm looking at my bottle. Sorry, you guys. I'm looking at my bottle of Florida water, and I'm almost feeling like this. I'm going to go ahead and do it while I'm talking to you guys. I almost feel like this urge or need to like cleanse myself for some reason. Which I don't always, you know, I don't always have to do. So I don't know where that urge is coming from. Let's see if maybe it'll come out in somewhere in the reading. How weird. And then you guys were drawn to and then you guys were drawn to the black obsidian. There's something that might need, there's like a psychic fog or some kind of clarity that's wanting to come through, but there seems to be like some kind of a fog, or there could be a misunderstanding that's active between the two of you. I'm feeling like the Ace of Swords wanting to come through, like needing to cut through some kind of, I'm hearing the word misrepresentation. Let's get into it, because I'm already channeling quite a bit of information, but there's no context yet to put it in. All right, so we have the Observer. We got the number 49, so the number 13 could be significant, the number 49 could be significant, or the number 4. We also have the Seven of Wands, so this is like defensive energy, right? Your person could be on the defense when it comes to you in this connection. We have the Moon in the reverse, which can talk about, you know, things coming to light, you know, things being illuminated sometimes, we'll see. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. This feels like impatience. Or a feeling of like not wanting to waste time, right? With the Observer card here, though, there is kind of an energy of your person just kind of wanting to hold back and seeing how things are going to unfold. But there's not a lot of, there's still some impatience in their energy. It's weird, not wanting to waste time. And that might be what it is. There is an energy here with the Observer. I don't know if maybe something was said, and this feels on your end. Like, I don't know if you said something and your person misunderstood it. If something was misrepresented here, I don't know what context that would be. Maybe you guys would know. But your person is very much defensive. They're on the defense. And even with the Seven of Wands can talk about somebody feeling the need to stand their ground. Okay, so for some reason, your person might be feeling a need to stand their ground when it comes to you. What's going on here? So you might be experiencing your person, pile 2, as somebody who's kind of maybe detached or withdrawn their energy from this connection. And if that's the case, it's like your person is doing that, trying to figure out like what's really going on here, right? When it comes to you and their connection with you. Your person is in the energy of like analyzing the connection, evaluating the connection, trying to gain some kind of clarity. They're not acting impulsively at all. This is them like detaching and trying to get like a better understanding of what just happened, I'm hearing. Or what happened, or what's going on, or what's happening. This doesn't necessarily mean that your person doesn't care, pile 2, but their instinct is to like detach and to watch and observe before moving. And so the impression that I'm getting, okay, this is an overall general energy, the impression that I'm getting is that some action of yours or something that you said or some kind of information that they came across called you or something about this connection into question, and they don't yet know what to make about it. What's going on with the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse? Whatever it was that they observed might have your person wondering or feeling uncertain about whether or not to invest more in this connection, or questioning whether or not investing in this connection will pay off in the end. You know, the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse could be reflecting some kind of frustration that your person is in. Wanting to see results, but not wanting to put in the slow, steady effort that's required, okay? So, I mean, their main overall default energy towards you, pile 2, they're very much in some kind of a self-protective, it's self-protective, it's detachment, and it's mixed with doubt. So they're stepping back and they're in observation mode rather than diving in, because they might feel they need to guard their position or stand on ground about something, stand on business about something. They're unsure if what they are perceiving is real or if it's trustworthy with that moon in the reverse. And then they might be, with the Seven of Pentacles reversed here, feeling or getting impatient or restless. Maybe it could be for a myriad, like a multiple myriad of reasons, trying to figure out, like, am I wasting my time here? Is this going to pan out? Am I going to get the results that I want? This feels more like your person questioning whether or not the time and the effort that they have either already invested in this connection was worth it, or if investing more time and energy into this connection is going to be worth it, okay? This isn't the energy, so your person, the energy that they're in, this isn't somebody who naturally leans in with vulnerability right away. It feels like they're very cautious and maybe even a little bit skeptical of like this connection, and maybe even your motivations, like why are you doing and saying these things, okay, whatever those things might be. Yeah, it feels like your person might be misinterpreting your actions or your words through the lens of past fears or confusion. But, you know, the good news is, with the Observer card here, that carries the energy of the Page of Swords, which also carries the energy of, oh my gosh, it carries your energy of curiosity, but your person is also in a state of confusion. That's coming through when it comes to you in this connection. But I mean, they are in a state of curiosity. There feels both. There's curiosity and judgment here, but they're more curious than they are judgy, okay? So while their default is distance, there's also the potential for your person to shift more into an open, understanding view. That's why this observer card is here. They're trying not to make harsh and rash judgments. They might even be questioning their own fears and why, right? But it's like they're trying to figure out if it's a smart thing for them to do to relax their guard and to let that wall down. Okay, let's see. And I just saw 1:11 on the clock as I said that. Let's see now. Let me get into their actual thoughts and feelings here. Yeah, they're not. There's something about you and or this connection that they're not quite trusting, but they are wanting to get a better understanding, and they're not wanting to just jump to conclusions, and so they're kind of hanging back and seeing how things unfold. Okay, pile 2's person, what are their honest true thoughts and feelings towards pile 2 at this time? One more shuffle. Actually, they want me to shuffle one more time. Okay. All right. Yeah, that was it. Okay. Pile 2's person. Your honest, true thoughts and feelings towards pile 2 and the connection at this time. Let me get them all out first. I'm going to get 6 total, you guys. They're real, true, honest thoughts and feelings towards pile 2. Okay. That's interesting, because we had your heart is safe with me, but it came out with these skeletons are staying in the closet. This almost feels like your person saying in order for them to feel like a safe space for you, there's some key points of information about themselves they're needing to withhold from you for some reason. We'll look into it, okay? If that's the case, a lot of your person's fears could be them projecting. Yeah. Their real, true, honest thoughts and feelings towards pile 2, please. Wow, we have I love you, but I'm not in love with you. Yeah, I mean, so your person, there's a lot of fears that they might be projecting onto you, but at the same time, there's a lot of their own stuff that they're questioning about themselves, okay? Still holding a grudge. Did you say or do something that they took personally, or maybe they took it the wrong way? I don't know what misrepresentation or misrepresenting has to do with this. I don't know. Maybe you guys will know that, but there is something like you like in their head or in their mind, you misrepresented something. Or maybe they're feeling like you weren't honest about something and somehow they found out about that. Of course, that could be flipped, you know, maybe you feel like they misrepresented or something. Again, it's a general reading, so, you know, take what resonates, leave behind whatever doesn't, you know, and if something comes out where you're like, yeah, that energy is there, but it's not their energy, it's yours, you know. Done with third parties. At the bottom of the deck, we have I feel so foolish for fumbling you. What is going on here? This is a very confusing situation. Someone here may have either moved on before they were really ready to move on, and that caused some confusion. That might be what was misrepresented. Okay, again, I don't know if that's you or if that's your person, but someone here gave the impression to the other person that they were over the past or over the past person, and now it's almost like this feeling of, I don't know if somebody, like, so for instance, okay, again, put yourself where this energy fits, but I got to put it in a way that you guys can understand. So we, like, let's say we have person A and person B, right? Person A told person B, you know, they were over the past, they're over the ex, whatever the case may be, and they're ready to move on and get into a relationship and blah, blah, blah. So person B was like, okay, if you're over the ex and you're really ready to move on, then, you know, yes, I'll enter into whatever this connection is. And then at some point, person A may have said something or done something that had person B questioning, like, are you sure you're really over that ex? Because if you were over that ex, you wouldn't have said this or you wouldn't have done this, right? It's that kind of an energy. And so there's some calling into question here. In other words, it's like now person B feels like person A misrepresented the fact that they were truly moved on. Like, you see, it's that kind of an energy. And so there is an overall kind of a distrust here of where, like, of the true authentic, like where this connection really stands. Somebody is really questioning, like, you know, where this connection stands. Like, I thought you were over that person. You told me you were moved on. You told me that, you know, my heart was safe with you. And now there's this, now all of that is being brought into question. And that's why we have observer here, because someone is not, this, and again, this feels like it's coming on your person's end, okay? But again, energies can be reversed and flipped. But, you know, your person's coming through in this energy of feeling almost like they entered into this connection based off of false evidence, or what do they call it? Like misrepresentation, false advertising. It's that kind of an energy. And so what is going on with this? Feels so messy, confusing, complicated, okay, is what this feels like. So out on the board, we have wishing I was with you now. Your heart is safe with me. These skeletons are staying in my closet. We also have I love you, but I'm not in love with you. Still holding a grudge and done with third parties. A lot of this feels like, though, your person's saying, like, I thought you were done with that person, but you're still holding a grudge against that person. If you weren't, like, if you were truly over that person, why are you still holding a grudge against them? Why are you not over it? It's that kind of a vibe, right? Now, when I give examples like that, it is more on the specific specific side, and so that's just for you to take that information and just however it fits your guys's, you know, specific situation. Just, you know, I'm just putting it into context to help you catch the vibe that I'm catching through, you know, the energies that are coming through here. Yeah, see, your person feels like there may not be a lot of communication going on between the two of you, because it's like your person can't make heads or tails of what's really going on here. That's why they're not reaching out. That's why they've withdrawn their energy, because they don't know yet if what they have seen or what they're perceiving to be true is the actual truth or not. I am going to say, pile 2, that there's a lot of suspicion in your person's energy coming through. Not, you know, man, it's your person is wanting answers, but there's also a part of them that's not, they're almost afraid to ask the question because they're not quite sure if they can trust that you would answer authentically, genuinely, or if you would just tell, or if you're just going to tell them what they want to hear. And you can flip that your person might be like, you know, wanting to have a conversation with you and wanting to put your mind and your heart at ease, but there's, you know, for those of you where that resonates, it's like they don't know if you're going to even believe them if they were to tell you, right? There's definitely a connection here with an ex, whether it's your ex or their ex, okay, that is being called into question. Like, you see what I'm saying? I don't want to keep jumping back and forth. I hope you guys are catching the vibe on that. What's going on with wishing I was with you now? Your person's not giving up on this connection. That's not the vibe here, okay? They're not giving up on it. They're not walking away from it. But your person is a little bit leery here. Like, they do wish they were with you now, but they're also kind of like holding you and holding this connection at arm's length until they can get a better feel for what's really going on between the two of you. What's going on with your heart is safe with me? Your person is very confident about that, period. Your heart is safe with me, period. Pile 2 is what they're saying. That is resonating for many of you, where maybe you're the one questioning your person's vibe with their ex or their connection with their ex. Like, they're coming through and saying, you're safe with me. Like, I understand, Pile 2, why you might be wondering whether or not there's deception going on there when it comes to the ex, but your person is emphasizing your heart is safe with me, Pile 2. Okay, it's energies of like, it's not what it looks like, it's not what you think. I know it looks that way, but that's not the way that it is. The only thing, though, for me as a reader that's reading this energy, Pile 2, there's still kind of a caution coming through, because we do have these skeletons are staying in the closet. This feels largely tied to your person's past, and did they really let it go? Tell me more about these skeletons are staying in the closet. This is your person refusing to let you in on some kind of something. Like, tell me more about these skeletons are staying in the closet. I'm almost picking up a vibe, Pile 2, to be very careful. Oh, man, why is the Queen of Wands showing up with that? And then we had, oh, I don't like this energy, you guys. Okay, so I don't know. The overall impression I'm getting is that there's a certain vibe between the two of you. Between you and your person. That maybe up until recently, your person considered perfect, right? Because if you're showing up, if one of you is showing up as the King of Wands, and then the other person is showing up as the Queen of Wands, that's divine counterpart, perfect match energy, right? And your person is saying, like, there's some things about them that, if they were to tell you those things, could disturb that vibe. And they're wanting to maintain that vibe with you, okay? Let me double check with the Queen of Wands, though. Who is the Queen of Wands? Oh, man, okay. You guys. There's some things about their feelings about the ex or that past relationship that they're not being honest about. We got the devil in the reverse that showed up. I can't show it on camera because, you know, of nudity. Let me see. Hold on. I can cover that part up. Okay, so we have the devil in the reverse showing up here. Right? There might still be an attachment to that person. And that might be why we have I love you, but I'm not in love with you. What is going on here? A lot of this feels like gaslighting, okay? Like your heart is safe with me, because that shows up, and that came out with these skeletons are staying in my closet. That doesn't feel true. Your person telling you, pile 2, that your heart is safe with them, it doesn't feel true. That's what they're telling you, but it doesn't feel true, because there's some energies coming through here, especially with these skeletons are staying in my closet and I'm in love with you, but not in love with you. I'm going to be honest. This is carrying through the vibe of somebody saying, like, if I had my pick, if I could have my ex back, if my ex would take me back, I would go back. It's that kind of a thing. And maybe it's not even that. It may not even be that your person would take the ex back, but it is that energy where it's like they had their perfect match. Now they're just settling, not just with you, but with whoever comes after that ex, right? Your person is like, they found their perfect match with the ex, and now that them and the ex are not together. They don't want to be alone. And so it's almost like they're settling for second best. And I'm not saying, pile 2, that you are second best. No. Okay. And it's not personal to you. This is saying this is how they feel about anybody that comes after that ex. It's not just you. So, you know, everything that was said in the very beginning, I mean, you might be the one that's in this observer energy, really kind of hanging back and really looking at things out of, like, with a magnifying glass, because, you know, someone here caught wind of maybe, you know, maybe my person, whether that's you saying that or your person saying that. Somebody caught wind here by something the other person said or did, that they may not actually really truly be over that ex, or even if they are over that ex, there's kind of an energy here of like, well, I found my perfect person and it didn't work out, and so, you know, I can either be alone or I can just settle for companionship. It's that kind of a vibe. Okay, tell me more about still holding a grudge. I am going to say whoever, you know, that energy is, the person that's, you know, has these skeletons or staying in the closet, that person is done with that third party, that past person. They're done with that past person. But there's just an energy here of feeling like that was it for them and it didn't work out. And they don't expect that they're ever going to find that kind of a match again. You know, and so it's like, rather than just being alone, they're just, again, they're going to settle for companionship. So I will say, whoever that person is that has these skeletons in that closet, there's no, they're done with that. They're done with that third party, meaning they're not trying to, like, you know, necessarily go back to that third party. They're not trying to rekindle that relationship, but there is kind of this thing or this understanding that they have, like, you know, that was the one. And there might even be some energies that they carry of, whether this is you or your person, of, you know, whoever that third party is or that ex is, it's like that ex was the one that got away. And I will say, yeah, and that might be why your person is saying your heart is safe with me, because they have made peace with that. They have let that go. They're not, you know, talking to that person currently. There's not any, for the most part, the majority of the energy that's coming through is like there isn't any inappropriate communication or behaviors going on between them and the ex or the third party. But you know, there's just this energy that they don't have the same strength of a connection and a feeling and a magnetism and a chemistry with you that they had with that past person. They love you, they're saying pile 2, but they're not in love with you, at least not in the same way, to the same degree that they were in love with that past person. What's still holding a grudge? Whose energy is that? Still holding a grudge against who? Who is still holding a grudge? You, yeah, you. And there's the moon now in the upright position. So this is your person wondering if you're still holding a grudge, or if you're going to continue to hold a grudge, or if you're going to hold this against them. And the reason why you might still be holding a grudge is because it's like your person just made things really murky. They just confused things. They, you know, this is you wondering, like, is any of this real? Again, there's this energy or this message of like something here was misrepresented because of what someone, you know, something that someone said or something that they did called everything into question. Tell me about done with third parties, and then we'll end your guys' reading. Pile 2, if you got from this reading what you came here for, do me a favor, smash the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below, let me know that you picked this pile. Let me know how it resonated. Become part of the family if you haven't already done so, and if you want to, just simply by subscribing. Don't forget about the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. Tell me more about done with third parties, please. Yeah, I mean, they're done with that past person. The King of Wands is now showing up in the reverse. You know, pile 2, that it just is what it is. For whatever reason, your person just has it settled in their mind and in their heart that, you know, I don't want to say like the one they really wanted. Again, it's carrying that vibe of like the one that got away, but you're not the one that got away. It's the ex. It could very much be kind of an energy, again, your person making peace with that fact. You know, like I made my bed, I got to lie in it, or whatever, right? They're not making moves towards that past person anymore, though. Like there isn't any energy going towards that. And, you know, there's various reasons why that might be. Your person has an understanding that they're not going back and they can't go back. And so they're done with that past person. It doesn't feel like third parties in general. It feels like they're done with a specific third party, and it feels like that person in the past. But it's that person that they're still, you know, they're not telling you these things. They're not going to tell you those things. But there's something in your person's wording and or their communication to you or their behavior that kind of pick, you know, your ears kind of perked up, like, are you sure you're really over that person? Something like that. Okay, pile 2. That was your reading. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. I will see you guys at your next pick a card love reading. Bye, guys. What's going on, pile 3? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. We are doing another pick a card love reading. We are tapping in and channeling through to you your person's real, true, honest thoughts and feelings when it comes to you and their connection with you. All right, pile 3. So just keep in mind, it's a general collective reading. So, you know, whatever resonates, you can do whatever you want with that. If something isn't quite landing, just drop that bit of information or that message and leave it behind for whomever it might resonate with. I have personal readings available. If you want me to tap exclusively into you and your person's connection, just check the description box below. All the booking details are there. There's a lot of $25 readings available in the specific person category, including a thoughts and feelings $25 reading that you guys can purchase for a personal. Okay, so we're going to get right into your reading, you guys. You were drawn to the rose quartz. Let's find out your person's overall energy towards you and the connection. We got, what is that? Between worlds in the reverse. We have the number 3. That might be significant. We also have the Queen of Cups showing up in the reverse, the 4 of Cups, and the 6 of Cups. Wow, that's a lot of cup energy. Let me look at Between Worlds real quick. What is going on here? Reversed. All right, so it says, be mindful of your expectations. This is not a time for guarantees. Things will not go exactly as you plan or dictate. Let go and see what Spirit has in store. What takes hold in your life will be better than you can imagine. And what's really being highlighted for me is this is not a time for guarantees. We'll see. This feels very ambiguous right now. So what I'm going to do before I actually try to interpret the energies of these cards, I'm going to go ahead and pull out and see what their actual thoughts and feelings are before I go into interpretation here. There does seem to be, I am picking up on, what is that? Hanged Man energy. And so, you know, I don't know, there may not be a lot of communication between the two of you right now. Or at the very least, there's not a lot of forward-moving momentum when it comes to this connection, okay? There are feelings here. I don't know what's going on with this Queen of Cups in the reverse energy and this 4 of Cups here, but we'll see. We do have the 6 of Cups, and so that does speak to, you know, an established soulmate bond, but there might be, like, you know, trouble in paradise. We'll see. Let's find out what's going on with your person and what energy are they contributing to this, the overall energy here. Pile 3's person, what is their honest, true thoughts and feelings towards Pile 3, please? I'm going to shuffle one more time. Their real, true, honest thoughts and feelings towards Pile 3, please. Yeah, that was the last one. Okay. Pile 3's person. Their real, true, honest thoughts and feelings towards Pile 3 and their connection with Pile 3, please. I moved on. Their real, true, honest thoughts and feelings towards Pile 3, please. That's interesting. This came up. And more favoring the side that says I'm not a safe space for you. So we'll see what's going on with that. I'll actually put it up like that. That's to keep myself reminded. It could be that they were at one time a safe space for you, but now they're not. And it could very well be because of this Queen of Cups in reverse energy and the 4 of Cups energy here. Like the core bond and the core connection may still remain intact, but with I moved on, this could be like your person possibly having moved on to another connection. But I mean, there's a very much like a feeling of things being up in the air between the two of you. Pile 3's person, their real, true, honest thoughts and feelings towards Pile 3. Please talk to me. We want different things. Okay. Let me get a couple more. We have, I'm not avoiding you. I just need more time. Did your person, like, go in a different direction away from you, Pile 3? Is that what's going on here? Let's get one more. Pile 3's person, they're real, true, honest thoughts and feelings, or is that kind of like a desire that they're having? I feel like with the 4 of Cups energy here, like their overall default energy towards you in this connection, it's like their momentum, their motivation to drive things forward with you or keep this connection going, like stalled out. Now, you know, with the 6 of Cups, again, the energy is still there. That bond and that connection is still there. It's still alive. But there's no effort, no energy, you know, not a lot going into it, especially with, you know, me channeling through not the High Priestess. Yeah, things could be very quiet between the two of you right now. And that could just be the energy. Like, again, there doesn't seem to be a lot going in towards this connection on your person's end. Their real, true, honest thoughts and feelings, please, towards pile 3. I refuse to fall in love and catch feelings, period. At the bottom of the deck, we have we will be together again. That even feels like it's up in the air. That's in question. It is at the bottom of the deck. And so, you know, let me find out if that's a background lingering energy, if that's passing. What's going on with we will be together again? It's a passing energy. Okay. Yeah, you know, what is going on here? Give me a minute, you guys. This feels like your person understanding that they're not able to give you what you want in this connection. You may have wanted something more with them. You may have wanted something more committed. And it just doesn't feel like they were in a space to reciprocate that. Why is please talk to me here? See, your person isn't sure now about the future of this connection. They don't actually know if the two of you are going to be together again. Did you guys put in a boundary with this person? Like, you don't want to do casual, and if that's all you want, you know, then, you know, go do something else. Is that basically what happened here? Let me find out what the Four of Cups over here is about. Tell me more about the Four of Cups. That Queen of Cups in reverse, yeah, this is what they were refusing. They were refusing this Two of Cups energy here. A lot of cup energy coming through. But it feels like your person refusing it, especially down here where it says, I refuse to fall in love and catch feelings, period. Like, that's them refusing to open up. And then right at the bottom of the deck with that, we got the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Not committing, not reciprocating, not offering that to you, or not following through with that. I've moved on. What's that all about? Pile 3's person, tell me more about I moved on. Yeah, they're not putting any energy, no action, no date nights, no nothing towards this connection for many of you with the King of Wands in the reverse. Tell me more about the King of Wands in the reverse. The way this Page of Cups in the reverse came out, it felt like it was wanting to situate itself in the upright position. So there does feel, pile 3, like there's unsaid things, or some things that your person, like, you know what? And that's funny because I am actually at some point going to release a pick a card that talks about unsent messages or things left unsaid. And that's what feels like is going on here. your person moving on, or, you know, if you put, especially if you put a boundary to your person, pile 3, and you told them like you don't want to do casual anymore, and, you know, your person was like, okay, they don't want to do casual, and so it's like they're moving on, and this is in the they're saying I've moved on. I'm moved on, not moving on, like I moved on. So they could even be already either dating other people, or, you know, in some kind of an established connection, maybe with someone else that may not necessarily be their perfect match, but it's like, I don't know what's going on here. I moved on. At the very least, even if they're not moved on to someone else, it's like they're moving on away from this connection. It's like they've made peace with the fact that the two of you do want different things here, right? And they are refusing to fall in love and catch feelings. They are refusing to, you know, reciprocate or have some kind of a committed connection or something like that. And so, you know, especially if you're standing on that business and you're refusing to budge off of that, they're like, they have no other choice than to move on, because your person is not wanting to commit. They don't want commitment. Why is, let's see, I'm not a safe space for you. Why is that here for pile 3? They're saying it's because, yeah, because you guys do want different things. You want something that they don't want, and vice versa. Okay, but let's see. Anything else? I'm not a safe space. Yeah, God, that was weird. Because this came out again with the 2 of Cups, all right? But it wanted to situate itself in the reverse position. So one of you wants commitment, one of you wants monogamy, exclusivity, and the other person does not. And because your person is saying they're not a safe space for you, it's more than likely that you're the one that wanted exclusivity, monogamy, whatever, okay? Something committed, at least, because I know there's a lot of other people that watch this, and some people are, you know, polyamorous, but someone here, it's like you're not on the same page about something when it comes to this connection. And so your person is saying because of that, they have no other choice but to move on, okay? Because you may have communicated some kind of a desire when it comes to this connection. They're not on board with that, okay? Please talk to me. What's that all about? You know, this could be your person wanting to keep the lines of communication open to you. Maybe wanting, you know, can we at least be friends? It's that kind of an energy, especially because we do have, I'm not avoiding you, I just need more time. We're going to look into that, though. Please talk to me. Why is that here? Pile 3's person. Tell me more about, please talk to me. Yeah, that's you. Queen of Wands in the reverse. It's almost as like, you know, you may have shut them out. You know, you may have at one point been very warm and receptive to your person and just, you know, sunshine and love and light and all that great stuff. And then when you finally realized you're not on the same page about things, and your person's not willing to get on the same page about things, it's just like you guys could just fundamentally want different things, right? And so you shut off, right? And it could be self-protective. Like you're all of a sudden, it's like, you know, maybe they're perceiving you to be cold as ice. I don't really feel like that's your energy, but I do feel like you're in that space with your person. Like, what's the point of me opening up to you if I'm not going to get that back? Or, you know, it's just, they don't feel like you're warm and receptive towards them anymore. It's beyond your person just wanting to talk to you. They want that warmth again. They want that receptivity? They want, you know, they want you to be open and receiving of them. They're saying they want that old thing back. But there's not a promise of anything backing that up with the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. They're not offering commitment. They're not offering, you know, that Two of Cups energy that most of you here want. You know, for what's coming through from the majority of you is monogamy, right? Exclusivity, definitely commitment, but that's not on the table with the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. It feels for many of you, your person wanted things very open-ended, and you didn't, okay? Tell me about I'm not avoiding you, I just need more time. I will say your person does desire communication with you, and they do desire even reconciliation, but they want it on their terms. And that feels like how maybe they've wanted, you know, this entire connection to go. They wanted things on their terms. And when you finally like drew a line in the sand or put your foot down or communicated, you know, some kind of a boundary, you know, because they weren't willing to step into that space with you, they're like, well, I got no other chance than just to walk away and move on, you know. I'm not avoiding you, I just need more time. Temperance in the reverse. Tell me more about Temperance in the reverse. Sagittarius energy coming through with that. This feels like maybe in the future, right? Your person could be maybe wanting to, not ready to settle down. This feels like your person not being ready to settle down. And that might be why your person wants the lines of communication between the two of you to stay open. Maybe on the off chance that at some point they, yeah, look, because at the bottom of the deck is the Four of Wands. They're not ready for that. This feels like your person saying, I'm open to that, but I'm not open to it like right now. And, you know, your person might be afraid that if you shut down communication or if that door is completely closed, you know, they're going to lose the opportunity should they want it. This is very iffy, very up in the air. Should they want it, you know, that is so weird. Let me look at I refuse to fall in love and catch feelings, period. Yeah, King of Pentacles in the reverse. They not committed. This is, yeah, when it comes to the King of Pentacles, they're not somebody that they don't want to be relied on. Because they don't want to be held responsible. They don't want to have to answer to anybody. You know, when things are open-ended and casual, they don't have to tell you who they're talking to or whether or not they're on dating apps or who were they with last night or where's this charge coming from or who were you with last. They don't have to answer any of that, right? And that for some reason that's just the space that they're in right now. They're not ready to settle down. They're not ready to be somebody's spouse or significant other. Why, Pile 3's person, are you refusing to fall in love and catch feelings? What's going on with that? Okay, so this is your person either fearing betrayal, fearing, you know, a catastrophic end, or this is something they've already suffered and they don't want to suffer that again. Okay, so this is coming through very much. It's like a fear of committing. It's a fear of going all in, because of what might happen or what they have already experienced and not wanting to repeat, not wanting to have a repeat of that experience. Okay, so with I'm not avoiding you, I just need more time. This is kind of your person coming through, like, especially in that Temperance energy in the reverse. It's like if they can heal that, this fear of this Ten of Swords happening to them again. For many of you, your person has, you know, already lived through some kind or survived some kind of a catastrophic ending to a past connection, fearing betrayal, fearing, you know, being let down, fearing being stabbed in the back. And, you know, and they're saying, like, if you know, right now they're in the throes of this. This is very active, right? Especially with that Temperance in the reverse. They're not balanced out at all. This fear of this Ten of Swords energy happening or happening again is very much active right now within them. And they're so with I'm not avoiding you, I just need more time. This feels like I'm not avoiding commitment with you. I just need more time, right? But they're not giving you any kind of a timeline. In fact, with this refusal here and them saying they would rather move on than commit to this connection, because they are in this energy of refusing to fall in love and catch feelings, because it's like the last time they did that, you know, they not only did they get their heart broken, it's like it was shattered into a million pieces. It's like they're still very much stuck on that Ten of Swords energy and keeping it from happening again. But with I'm not avoiding commitment with you, I just need more time. This is them almost saying, like, you know, maybe at some point. Very much big on the maybe, very much big on the it could happen, but, right? If, and it's big on the if I should heal and get over this Ten of Swords energy, you know, you, pile 3, would more than likely be somebody that they would commit to, because again, we do have the Six of Cups. The two of you do have that soulmate energy between the two of you. You do have that real solid foundation. I just need more time for what? Pile 3's person. Yeah, they need more time to work through the anxiety. Work through this, you know, fear of this. This is fear, right? Fear, anxiety, worry. Fearing that Ten of Swords energy happening or happening again. They don't even want to say it. They don't even want to say, I just need more time to commit to you. It's like, you know, they're not necessarily wanting to string you along. And this is very big on the, like, if I should actually ever heal from that Ten of Swords or get over that the fear of that Ten of Swords energy, you know, I don't know. They're not even wanting to say, like, I would commit to you, pile 3. They're not even wanting to go there right now. But that's kind of like with this, I'm not avoiding you, I just need more time. This is their desire, especially with please talk to me, to want to keep that door open between the two of you. And it's a big what if. Or just if. It's a big if. Like, should I actually ever get over that Ten of Swords energy? Maybe. Right? It's not even a definite, like, I would be with you, pile 3. This is maybe. Okay? Like, anything else that feels very open-ended, and I hate having to end readings on an open-ended note. Yeah, a Queen of Wands in the reverse. You guys, it just is what it is, you know? They're not in any heart space or mind space to give you your flowers or to treat you or give you the kind of a connection that you're wanting. They're just not. And, you know, I am going to have to close this reading feeling very open-ended, and that just feels like how they're leaving it. You might be wanting answers that they just really don't have, or you might be wanting solutions that they just cannot give at this point in time. You know, and there is some kind of advice coming through, pile 3. Now, you know, if you're not an advice person, you don't like guidance, you know, I understand. But there is some coming through for those of you where you know, if you can appreciate it. Finding the space within you, if you haven't already, to find comfort in not knowing, or at least peace in not knowing. And if you don't know how to do that, go check out my other channel. It's called Pure Godfidence. And there's a couple of videos linked in the description box below, you know, shortcuts, so you can find those videos. The first one's called How to Stop Manifesting Separation. And then the second video is the process by which to do that. It's called Releasing the Wants. And that'll help you kind of get over not having a solid, definitive answer here. But of course, you know, your person choosing to move on rather than committing to you in and of itself is an answer, right? But I almost feel like your person kind of dangling a very, like a very small carrot, like maybe if you leave that door open, pile 3, I might be able to heal from that Ten of Swords energy, and you might get the commitment from me that you're wanting. But even all of that is so, like, it's such a flimsy, it's not even a promise, it's very much maybe, okay? All right, pile 3. That was your reading. If it resonated, or, you know, if you got from this reading what you came here for, you got the answers that you needed, take a moment, please. Smash the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below. Let me know that you picked this pile. Let me know how it resonated. You can become part of the family if you want, and if you haven't already done so, by subscribing. And don't forget about the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement in pile 3. I'll see you guys at your next Pick a Card Love reading. Bye, guys.